Boom.
Biddly, 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 bo. Yes, yes, yo. Ain't nobody down rock. Fucking hell. Repeat, restart. Biddly, 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 bo. That looks like I've just like rubbed in my cough, but I haven't. It's an extremely dry cough. I think we might have to restart. There ain't nobody down round here. You know what time it is. The clock watchers will be fuming because we've had a bit of a coughing spout, but nobody do it how we does it. It's so fucking real up and over here. We know it by now. If you don't know by now, you never knew, but you know what time it is. That's not why we're here. Get that badger in and on and over here. I had to move back to get his greatness in. Unfortunately, Ming, I've not seen you for a while. Get that badger in and on and over here. But the T-shirt's a bit filthy because I have been dismantling a dusty old instrument. And no, I do not mean my pecker. And no, I do not mean Andy Rowe. It is my antique piano that's been taking up a phenomenal amount of room in the kitchen and has been basically just an ornament and gathering dust and collecting washing, freshly cleaned washing. Obviously not on the dusty part, but you know, you take my drift. The cat's annihilated the back of it anyway. It's untunable. It was a free piano. It was quite funny when it turned up. The girl that had obviously been trying to learn on it, she put stickers on with the C, D, E, F, and then it kept going then. Well, G, obviously, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. And she put them on the wrong things. And I was like playing it, and I was like, oh, it's because I was doing it according to the letter. Anyway, regardless, I was like, how have you been getting on with it? And she was like, oh, not very well. I thought, well, you know, and I looked at it, I thought, well, you'd struggle to learn if it's, you know, all the wrong keys. But that's not why we're here, so sorry about that. But I must say, I got it out, and it tried to kill me.
You tried to kill me.
So that is getting burnt.
You tried to kill me.
I'm burning that over the weekend. So I don't know if anybody has any knowledge of burning pianos, but this is turned into underlap here, hasn't it? But will the springs annihilate anything, or will they just twang and snap, or will they go like, will they set off like fireworks and everybody be able to take cover? Got a few quick shout-outs to do. Shout out to Sean Rooney, Larry Stretch, CH, Pete Booth, who says DCL contributes 20 goal and assists this year. I love it. We're going to talk about that next week. Let's see how he gets on tomorrow. And I just want to do a shout out to Enar, who has had a really important day today. So let's all hope that it's gone well for him, or as well as it possibly could have done. So stick the white hearts in the comment yet again for my man Enar. Fulham tomorrow. I am delighted to be back. We will be doing a watch along. 3 o'clock kickoff at the Craven Cottage. They are 18th in the league. They've only got 2 points. They have scored 2 goals. Granted, we've only scored 1 goal, but we have 4 points. We're 12th in the league. We have to beat everybody beneath us. They lost 2-0 to Chelsea, which you'd never begrudge. They won in the League Cup, but that's obviously irrelevant right now. They drew 1-1 with Man United, which I think is a poor result in the grand scheme of things due to the fact, you know, that everybody should be beating Man U. And they drew 1-1 with Brighton away, which is a decent enough result. We've obviously got us draw against Newcastle, got thumped to Arsenal, you take it, whatever, and the 1-0 win against Everton. In our history, we have played 33 times. Fulham have won 12. We have won 11. So we're there to equalise that out, aren't we, on the 34th game? So it'll be 12-12 and then 10 draws, hopefully by tomorrow. In the last 4 Premier League meetings between Fulham and Leeds, the games have produced 18 goals. That's 4.5 goals per game. Now, just off the top of my head, I can remember some absolute blockbusters, to be fair, against Fulham. So, you know, there's something in the water, isn't there? Shit is as shit does. We are heavily struck. For the first time in a long time, I quite literally have no idea what team we will be fielding. And I don't mean that as though I am legend and I know what goes on in Farker's mind, or I am legend and I know the game of football to an absolute fine tea, and I'm just you know, sixth sense in it. But obviously Farker's very methodical with how he plays and what he does, particularly in the Championship. He's very rarely does he change it, you know, much to his critics' dismay, you know, when he's not making substitutions even until 70 minutes, which he's proven with the better squad that we now have. He will make the changes a little bit earlier. But Parisli is out. I don't know how that's happened. And Nemetcha's out. So you would imagine DCL steps up at this point. Obviously, DCL's had his own injury problems over the past few years, so but he has to be ready for some minutes at this point. It's not good for Metcher, is it? I thought he put himself about somewhat superb against Newcastle. I thought he was a proper threat up top and an irritant lad up there, really getting about, putting it about. But that is a genuine worry for him, isn't it? I mean, the Parisley one just is what it is, really. You don't. I mean, he gets told he's immobile, so it's hard enough for him to get injured, but it's bad for Metcher. Peri Sauce is out injured. I don't know how he's got injured. It's probably from all Shanks. Maybe all Shanks have got better of him when he's cutting across it. Like, fucking must be, a lot of strain on knee and hammy when he's, you basically, it's like throwing a punch and totally missing fighter and shoulder starts going. You're like, where is he? Where is he? Like Peri Sauce constantly looking for ball with that right peg of his. But for some reason, this all sparks the Meslier Silent S talk, done it like as though people are genuinely saying that he's going to come into the side. I think he might obviously be on the bench. I don't think he'll go with Cairns over Mez Silent S on the bench, will he? I mean, apparently, according to sources towards the club that I sort of know are around the training ground, apparently Meslier Silent S is on fire in training, but I don't doubt that anyway. The bloke with no pressure among him probably thought he was getting a move. Why wouldn't he be not full of confidence necessarily, but the bloke is a keeper. At some point you have to accept, don't you, that all of them in training at a certain level will be the dog's bollocks, won't they? With a keeper, you're not really in competition with the players. It's not like if you're out of your depth at a training session and you're playing with, Lionel Messi, Xavi and all Iniesta and all the rest of them all in the prime, I must add. They'd run rings around you, wouldn't you? Go, well, I'm out of my league here. But if you're just shot stopping or collecting crosses or, kicking ball to halfway line like they do when they're warming up, or certainly used to, I don't know if it's now 5-yard passes for all keepers, but, when they used to just stand there and ping it, it's like, don't really understand what the need is for that pre-game, but I suppose they're running out of stuff to do, aren't they? And they just deliver a few balls in for him to catch, and then it's just shot stopping. So he's going to look good in training, isn't he? Again, could be woof. He could be letting them all in. But also without the magnifying glass. And if he does fumble one in, nobody's really saying, are they? If he's getting up, saving the next one, it's like, it is what it is. But let's have it right. It will be Darlow in net. And I have my worries about Darlow, to be brutally honest anyway. But, I would, if I'm honest, I would rather Darlow than Meslier Silent S. I just think it's far too much of a big risk to put Mez in. But he will be on the bench. He's not going to put Cairns on the bench. And if Mez Silent S is here to stay, he's the third best goalkeeper at the club, isn't he? So whether you must believe that, you surely must believe that. Ampadu and Tanaka are still in doubt, which is awful. We're hoping they can get back ASAP Rocky. Ilya Gruev, will he be ready? Will he be back? Goodmanson, he's apparently expected to be back. He's obviously he picked up a knock on the Newcastle game. He picked up a knock. Will Okafaki? No, we can't go fucky because it's fucky in it, but fucky faki. I can't remember how I say it myself now, but Okafor, will he be in the fold? I think he'll just stick with Antone James, to be perfectly honest, and DCL up top. I'd like to see a little bit more of Okafor tomorrow, but we'll see how we go. I think we'll win 2-1. I know we'll draw 1-1, and I worry that it will all end in defeat. But come rain or shine, we'll be here for the watch along, aiming for about 2:30. I'm going to get on a little bit earlier and shoot the shit, chat some bollocks, because obviously by then we'll know the starting lineup, because I actually think there'll be quite a bit to, I'm reluctant to say dissect tomorrow, but it'll be, I think it's a big day, really. There's all the Nuno noise, and if it doesn't go well tomorrow, where we end up.
You tried to kill me.
I'll end up on fire with piano. But I do think it's a big day tomorrow for Daniel Farke and for the club. Fulham have not got off to the best start. We're going to have to keep teams like this down and out. We don't want them to come to us for their day of reckoning, where they then get on a bit of a run and get a bit of a confidence boost, think, well, fuck it, we're playing Leeds United tomorrow, so let's, that easy game, easy 3 points, and then we've got something to build on. We certainly don't want to become that as a football team, do we? So I just think it's a big day. I think the fan base will go into fucking turmoil, particularly if we don't create many chances tomorrow. We need to show some attacking outlet, don't we? Getting forward. We need big DCL to be winning some headers, winning some flick-ons. We need Dan James to be bang at it. It'd be interesting to see if Harry Wilson's in and about, won't he, all over it. And we need Nonto at full swing, and then obviously if we get Okafor off the bench, he needs to be pulling some strings. I think we'll look pretty narrow, won't we, on the bench tomorrow? I don't know what he's going to do in midfield. There's some talk that Biol goes into the defensive midfield role, which I think is awful. I mean, on the predicted lineups, it's a lot of people have put Biol straight in at centre back. I don't know what that's about. I started to panic thinking he's Struijk injured, and obviously I can't find any of that. So if he goes Biol in the holding role, I think we're doomed, to be perfectly honest. But ultimately, what else does he do? Because I don't want Struijk in there either. Hopefully, Rodon's fully fit and back and able. Because, we've also got a few players that you'd probably think we're pushing the injury line. With Rodon, if he has picked up a knock, obviously, we said before international break that he's picked up a knock. He didn't go with Wales and that, so it will be interesting to see if he's fully fit. I think he's back in the squad regardless, is my point. I think we're kind of down to some form of bare bones if Tanaka and Ampadu. That's why we might go on a late call with an Ampadu or a Tanaka. I don't think he plays Tanaka in the holding role, but he's going to have to do something. Stack, Longstaff or Ampadu. Or, Tanaka. If it ends up being Stack, Longstaff and Tanaka, one of them is going to have to play the holding role, isn't it? I'd be interested to know what you think, or who you think would be the best in the holding role. I'm pretty sure Stack has played there at some point. I thought it was just that type of a player, really, and he's obviously played further forward. It's been Ampadu or Gruev in the defensive midfield role. So can Longstaff do it? I think he can, but I think he'd be better in that slightly further forward role, but I wouldn't want Tanaka in there on his own, really. It depends, though, doesn't it? I thought Gruev came on leaps and bounds when he had Stack and Longstaff alongside him against Newcastle, just really rustic and really worked hard, which is all you really want from your central defensive midfielder, and make sure that
you tried to kill me.
Make sure that nobody ends up underneath that piano. But shit is as shit does. I love you all, man. Shout out to Ina. I hope you had the best day possible that you can, man. I'm sure you've maybe had a few jars now, but I will see you all soon. Hopefully, if you're here for the watch along, guys, if I can drag you away from Joe's channel, here's where it's at. If you don't know by now, you never knew. Peace and love. I'm off DJing in a bit. Dog shit. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye.
Boom.